Hello, Namaskar, and a very good evening to all the viewers watching NCRT's live interactive session. This is Simran Singh, and there are different mediums through which you all can connect with us in our live programs. One of them is our YouTube channel that you all know. It is NCRT official. So viewers, it's around 4 p.m. on your watch, and regularly from 4 till 5 p.m. we have our special sessions for all of you. So once again, I would like to take this moment to welcome all our viewers, everyone who is watching this particular program in the 5 days online training program on online financial security. Let me apprise you that CIET NCRT is organizing these 5 days online training programs in collaboration with ISEA CDAC. So viewers, whenever we talk about financial security, it's not only the security related to your finances or money or capital, but it's the security of your personal information, your data as well, and also the amount of payment that you do and to whom you pay that particular amount and from where the transactions are going and so on. There is a lot that is attached with financial security. So therefore, we have to be very careful about that. Therefore, we are having this 5 days elaborated training session for all our viewers, and today it's the first day of our online training session, as it's the 31st July 2023. So on day 1 we are going to discuss about the online banking and secured practices. And right on your screen you can watch the detailed banner of the 5 days online training program. So just have a look once. Today it's the first day of the online training program, and tomorrow we are going to discuss on investment scams, the loan applications and security. On the day 3 it will be about the digital wallets and mobile payment security, online gaming frauds as well. Then the day 4th is the 3rd of August, and we will be discussing at length about the digital financial transactions in the era of artificial intelligence. On the concluding day of our 5 days online training program, it will be about Aadhaar and digital financial transactions. So it is very important to emphasize the collective responsibility that will ultimately help in fostering informed individuals who champion cyber safety, not only for themselves but can be role models, examples for everyone else in the society also. And viewers, before introducing you to the expert for today's program, here is an important piece of information for all of you regarding G20 presidency. We are proud of the fact that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in this year, that's 2023. The nation is deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency is a watershed moment in her history, as it seeks to play a very important role by finding global pragmatic solutions for the well-being of everyone, and in doing so manifesting the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or should I say the world as one family. So viewers, now it's time to introduce you to the guest for the program. So for the first day of our online training program discussing at length about online banking and secured practices on Zoom, that is through online modality, we have with us Mr. M. Jagdish Babu sir. Namaskar sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
We welcome you, and sir is serving as project manager at CDAC from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. And viewers, let me also apprise you that after the 5 days online training sessions conclude, we have a very important activity for all of you. Well, that is a post session quiz. You can all attempt the quiz, and for that you have to watch all these training sessions very carefully, because the questions of the post session activity, they will be created out of the details that will be shared by our experts in our 1 hour long training sessions right from 31st of July, that's today, till 4th August 2023. That is still 4 more days we have in the program. And viewers, in this live session, if you have any of the queries, any doubt you would like to ask or raise to our the experts who connect with us, so here is a contact number flashing on your screens. Feel free to give us a call in case of doubts at 8800440559. And apart from this, there is the specific mail ID for the training programs. It's flashing right on your screen, so you may kindly note it down. It is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. So without further ado, let's begin our training session for the day one, discussing about online banking and the secured practices associated with it. So Jagdish sir, over to you, and we will request for further details from you.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to interact with all the participants across the nation through YouTube Live as well as the satellite channels. So, as Madam was mentioning, of course, like we were taken over the presidency of G20, and as part of the G20, like many ministries are doing many programs, and one of the such program is like the Stay Safe Online campaign to create awareness among the various group of users, right? So one is the creation of awareness is one aspect, and when it comes to the practice, like all are requested to practice those cyber hygiene practices so that you can safeguard yourself in the digital, in the cyberspace, so that you can safeguard your hard-earned money. So as part of that, we're happy that like NCRT has come up with this theme on digital financial transactions and it is security. So that digital financial transactions are categorized into 5 topics. So that details I can give it to you later part. So as you all know, ISCA CDAC Hyderabad in association with the NCRT in association with ISCA, we were doing this program, and ISCA is implemented by CDAC Hyderabad. And I think most of the people are aware what is a supercomputer. So the first supercomputer was brought up by this CDAC, CDAC, the nation, and it was dedicated to the nation, right? And the CDAC was there in more than 12 locations, and more than 3,500 scientists are working on various domains. So these are the 6 key thematic areas like where CDAC Hyderabad is involved into, like Hyderabad high performance computing, grid and cloud computing kind of thing. And what are the endogenous fonts which you are using today on various languages, either it could be Hindi, Marathi or whatever. So all the language fonts are developed by CDAC and dedicated to the nation. And we are also into the professional electronics, VLSI, very large scale system integration and embedded systems. And we are also implementing this software technologies, including FAST, like it is a free and open source software solutions. And key and importantly, like we're also into the cybersecurity and cyber forensics domain, health informatics and etc. Right? So as part of this cybersecurity domain, as I told you, like we are implementing this Stay Safe Online to raise the awareness among the various group of users in association and collaboration with various ministries, departments, and as well as industry partners kind of thing, right? So you can get all these details at staysafeonline.in website. So you can visit that website for more information. If time permits, I also will show you how the website looks like, right? So as part of that, like we were designing and awareness content and disseminating in various channels and organizing various awareness sessions, online sessions and all. And we're also using all the famous social media platforms to proliferate this information to last mile in the country, right? So this is the topic which this is the website which I'm talking about. So you have a whole lot of information on various topics and various user groups, right? And as Madam told, like we are going to discuss about these financial frauds, digital financial security. If you look at that, like how the financial frauds are happening in India, one organization called Local Circle, they have done some survey and they published some of the survey results in recent times. So 70% of the victims, financial fraud victims are never get their money back. So, that is a key point which we have to take away. And we all know prevention is better than cure. So better, like we should follow the cyber hygiene practices so that we can safeguard our hard-earned money as well as reputation. Top of all those things, the reputation is also very, very important. So 70% of the financial frauds in India never get their money back. 39% of families are already have been a victim of cyber fraud in various. It could be either a cyber defamation or a reputation, or it could be a cyber financial fraud or whatever it is. And only 24% of the families who claim they have experienced the financial fraud in the last 3 years and received their money back, right? So 24% of the people said, like families, they said like they are also got their money back. and 23% victims of credit card and debit card fraud. I'm also going to discuss some of the tips related to the credit card and debit card things, like to avoid such kind of frauds, how to secure your things. And 13% is buying and selling on online websites or online platforms. So again, 30% was cheated by the websites demanding money for the things that were not delivered. Right, it can happen in both the ways. Right, once is like you paid the money and the service or goods may not be delivered, and they will demand the money. After demanding the money, they were not able to deliver their services, things also, for various reasons. So more or less and mostly it is only a cyber fraud. So they will use various methods and modes to cheat the customers on in various forms. We will see like some of the case studies also during the thing. And 30% of the individuals surveyed who one or family members were affected with this kind of cyber frauds, and 9% said that their family had an experience in the financial fraud. So these are the some statistics. The survey was conducted across 331 districts, and these are the some survey findings by that organization. So keeping all this in mind, so like we are organizing these things. Initially also it was told, and we're also going to talk about digital financial transaction in the era of AI, right? Artificial intelligence. Now we are talking about chat GPT, and there are so many artificial tools. So artificial intelligence can be used for various purposes, and at the same time these cyber frauds are also started. Fraudsters are also using AI. So those aspects also we are going to touch upon in one of the day of these 5-day schedule. The reason why I was talking about these cyber hygiene practices. So why we need be safe and smart on the internet. So when you are using any of the electronic gadgets and the internet, so you have to be ensure like utmost take you should utmost care you should take to safeguard yourself in the cyberspace. That like you have to be safe and smart on the internet and maintain personal safety, and that is also very very important. So if something goes wrong at an individual level, entire family in trouble, or entire organization in trouble, entire school is in trouble. So that kind of situations we have seen and we have evident. So that is only the reason like each and every person should equally responsible to safeguard the cyber posture of the organization or a school or a family, right? So responsible for your own security. How you are responsible for your own security when you are crossing the road, in the similar way you also should be equally responsible to safeguard your infrastructure and internet and all those things at a school or at home, wherever it is. And use internet safely. Don't use for unethical practices. And if it is used for unethical practices also, nowadays the technologies are there, so people can be caught immediately. And to protect the institution, organizational and national data, which is very very important. As an individual, you should contribute your safety and security mechanisms to safeguard yourself, institution, organizational. By end of the day, it is a national security. It is a national security. Like what are the data which you are collecting, which is very very important. So that I'm just giving an example that what are the school data you are maintaining. That data is also very important. So it sometimes it may lead to some kind of threats. We don't know how the threat will come and in what way that can be formed, kind of thing. That is only the reason like we have to be follow these cyber hygiene practices to safeguard your things. And today's session we are talking about online banking. So what is online banking? We all know that like whether it could be used anything like online, internet, web banking, all these different terminologies which we are using to perform some kind of transactions while you are sitting down there. You need not to go. Earlier we used to go somewhere out to perform these transactions, but nowadays it is not required. In a single click away. Now, whatever you want to do, anything can be done with a single click. Either it is in a positive direction or in a negative direction also. A single click can change the entire life, right? So nowadays the single click has a lot of importance. So the single click, by using a single click, you can do any online transaction at any point of time at your convenience. So that's the kind of thing which we are talking about. And facilitate and enable customer to perform the wide range of financial transactions. You all know, like you are all in and out, you are doing a wide variety of financial transactions. It could be a money transfers, withdrawals, depositing, and booking any tickets, or if at all, if you are paying any application fee, whatnot. So insurance, insurance amount, everything we are doing by using this online banking in various forms. So hence we have to be very, very careful to safeguard ourselves in the thing. What are the advantages? It offers easy access round the clock. You can perform at any transaction at any point of time throughout the round the clock, and as per your convenience. Either you can do it in the morning, night, evening, whatever. Excuse me. At any point of time, you can do it these transactions as per your convenience, and you can save a lot of time, right? It may not, earlier, like, we have to take a leave and go and do the transaction and come back, but today is not that scenario. You can go to the school and you can do any financial transaction in your free time, right? So that's the kind of advantages which we are getting from this online banking, and offers a banking services on the go through mobile banking app services. And earlier, like, only you have these transactions only through websites kind of thing, but nowadays on the go, like, the smartphones are there. Anywhere, anytime, you can do the transactions, any financial transactions in a single click away, right? So these are the, and top of all those things, and monitor your accounts every day. You can monitor your accounts, like what are the credit debits kind of thing which are happening, and you can pay your bills, and you can transfer funds, and if you can view and download your statements at any point of time, right? If someone wanted to see, like, whatever the last 1 year transactions, that transactions also you can capture, you can take away from, in a single click, in an online website or any mobile application. So these are the various benefits while doing in online banking, right? And at the same time, like, we also have seen, like, various threats. Those things also we'll do. So this is just I'm giving an example. So whenever you are doing any financial transaction, ensure, like, these three things should be there: a padlock symbol and HTTPS. Okay, so the padlock the symbol should be there, and HTTPS should be there, so that that website is, secure enough to do the transaction. The moment you click on the padlock, then you will be getting this kind of digital certificate. So this is called a digital certificate. So this digital certificate has a validity, which is very, very important. So what I mean by this digital certificate? So whenever you are preparing any examination paper kind of thing, you will be preparing, your HOD will review, and later part some other official will review, and later part it will be given to the student, right? So that many number of reviews and quality checks will be there on various parameters. In the same way, in the digital era also, if someone wanted to host any website, they also undergo all these things, especially financial transaction sites, or wherever you are providing your username and password. So those transactions, you have to check all these things. So one is padlock, HTTP. If you click that padlock, it will give you the expiry date. So that means someone has verified this website and says that the website has all the functionalities and it was texted perfectly, so that you can give your user data. So that data will be traveled in a safe mode. You can just see the validity of the certificate. So by the time that organization will go for a replacement of that certificate, like, again, like, always these websites will get updated. So every time they will get audited. This is called auditing process. So that they will do auditing, and they will get the digital certificate. They will incorporate, so that you can believe this website is following all the formalities, right? As I told you, the HTTPS. If the HTTPS is there, it is a plain text. What is the password you're typing? The password also travel in the same way. See, for example, in this scenario, he typed xyz@123. So the other person, the third person, either it could be a hacker or whoever it is. So those people also can see this, like, what is the password he's typing. Okay, these people also can see, like, what is the password they're typing. You typed xyz, and they're also able to see that. And if the HTTPS is there, if this HTTPS is there, like, what is the password you are typing, they were not able to see the same thing. In the earlier case, like, you are able to see in the bottom scenario. So that password is encrypted. This is called encryption. The data will be encrypted while traveling. Okay, so the data will start from you, and it should reach the destination. So during that time, there are chances that third party people can see that, like, what kind of password, or what is your password kind of thing in the HTTP. But whereas in the HTTPS, that chances are very, very less. So the people cannot see like what is the password you're typing, the same password they cannot see. It will be encrypted and the data will travel, right? When it goes to the when it goes to the destination, there also you have to give the password. Then only that will be encrypted and it will be shown in the form of numbers, kind of thing, right? I hope the HTTPS concept is very, very clear to all of you. So this way, like, will travel.
30 minutes left in the conversation. So, for any queries, feel free to reach out to us in the comment section of NCRT Official or through the contact number and the mail ID flashing on your screens. Yeah, sir, you may continue.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Right. So online banking, like we have seen the what are the kind of advantages and all. So we have one side of the coin like advantages, and the other side of the coin are disadvantages. As I shown you, the survey also indicates like there are a lot many things which are happening in the cyberspace. Right. So online banking is prone to security threats, where the cyber fraudsters try to come up with the new ways to defraud the digital users for financial gains. So any crime is happens only to gain some kind of financial benefit only. So that way, like these financial crimes are are happening heavily across the world, and every day the financial losses are also very, very huge and very, very high. And it is lucky that like we are, many of us are not there into such kind of issues, right? So like one of the online banking threats of phishing. I think most of the people are aware like what is it, phishing. Phishing is nothing but they will try to get the all critical or confidential information of the user by in various forms. They will use various techniques to collect that user data. See, for example, like here example of personal information is like your username, password, pin, bank account details, credit debit card details. All these things are your personal information. So that personal information should be safeguarded at any point of time. So, but these cyber criminals try to get all this data by using various methods, and they will try to create, they will try to create the trust, and they will try to create that kind of faith, between with the victim. And if at all they are not falling into the trap, and they will try to blackmail. So that time the the fraud, that time the financial loss is very, very high. So to safeguard from all those things, we have to follow these cyber hygiene practices. So ways of phishing, it could be in the form of email spoofing, fake links, website. I will be showing some of these websites kind of thing, like how it is happening kind of thing, right? So this is a phishing link, phishing links. I think most of the people are getting nowadays. Either you can update your KYC, or your electricity connection will be disconnected or discontinued after 9 p.m. So you have to pay this kind of thing. And I think from last 2 to 3 days, the Barbie movie, so which is coming up, people are giving the free tickets kind of thing. So this there are so many such kind of these messages are circulating across the social media. So you have to be very, very careful. Initially you will receive a that kind of link by anxiety, or if you want in some other thing, and if at all if you are clicked on that link, it may lead to loss of some kind of personal information, as I shown you, like your username, password, OTP, or whatever it is. All the things it can chances that like you may lose those kind of details. It may go to the fraudster's hand. So once the user enters these details, sensitive personal financial information, it is captured by the fraudsters and misused for committing any financial fraud. So this is what it happens finally. So they will be sending some kind of link. So once by chance, if you are clicking the link without verifying like from where it has come, why it has come to me, and those kind of things, you have to do that exercise before you click on any link. And never ever click on any link. Try to copy that link, paste it, and see like whether that pasted URL and the shown URL are same. Then only you should proceed. Otherwise, you should not proceed at any point of time. So these phishing links, you may regularly you may get that, and try to avoid those. Try to avoid opening such kind of links. Try to talk to the bank people if you know, since you might be knowing their a branch number kind of thing. You can go there, or you can talk to them and get it ratified. Later part, you can respond any of these kind of things. I think these are the kind of things which we have seen earlier and nowadays also. more these kind of things are happening. Tech support scams, fake support threats. Your system is fine. There is something called concept called cold calling. So they may say like they're calling from a reputed operating system organization, or a reputed organization from antivirus kind of thing. So they may say like it is a reputation, technical people call from that reputed organizations, and we found that like your system is infected with these things, it may stop at any point of time. So we are going to support you, and if you install this if you install this application, we'll try to rectify your issue, and we will ensure your system functions properly. So that kind of message they will try to convince you. So once you are convinced, and they will try to install some remote accessing applications, and once that remote applications thing was installed on your system, whatever you are doing, all the things can go from your system, right? Either it could be your username, password, or whatnot, all those things. And the pop-up ads, when you are when you are browsing internet kind of thing, you will be getting small pop-ups kind of thing. So clicking the pop-ups and entering your details is very, very dangerous. So never ever entertain such kind of pop-ups. And phishing emails, we are regularly getting such kind of mails. You also can check in your inbox, so that you yourselves can believe that. So now it is income tax time, filing time. So either you may get like you can get your refund by providing your details kind of thing. So that kind of things also will happen. So you have to be very, very careful. And remote access, as I told you, and fake websites also very, very dangerous. To gain the access to their personal information or money. So why they will do all these things is to get your personal money, personal information, and money kind of thing, right? So these threats, it may lead to financial loss, as I told you, and unauthorized access to the device, as I told you. Any remote location apps are installed by chance, so that data will go out of your hand, and they will get this unauthorized access to the device. And identity theft. So by using this information, they may create some kind of fake identity cards. Then they will misuse those ID card details for various purposes. And I think like my colleagues in the next sessions, they may also discuss many of these aspects. And loss of data, as I told you, like all the important data you may lose. And psychological distress, it may lead, by hard-earned money, if it goes out of our hand, so definitely it leads to some kind of trauma or psychological issue. And damage reputation, sometimes it may lead to that reputational damage also. And legal and regulatory issues also. By chance, if at all, if you are operating in your organization's email account, so that person is responsible for such kind of activity, and it may lead to some kind of legal and regulatory issues also. So to avoid all such kind of things, like you have to be cautious while unsolicited communication. So ensure like the communication has came from a right person for a right purpose, and verify the legitimacy of the tech support. By chance, if the tech support guy calls and if your system is fine, in spite of that, like if you are getting such kind of calls, you have to be very, very careful, and you have to confirm, and you should never entertain such kind of calls. Verify the legitimacy of the tech support, like why they're calling and all such kind of things. And don't share your personal information at any point of time. And avoid remote access to your device. If at all, if you are remotely accessing your personal device from your school or school data at your home, ensure like once that transactions happen, you should come out of that, and you should log out properly of that remote access, so that you can safeguard your data. Otherwise, other people also can see the data, and it may lead to some kind of threat also. Don't make any payments without the verification. So whenever you are doing any online transaction or money transfers or any such kind of things, verify like you are doing with the same payee, like with the same to the vendor. So that kind of things you should verify, and later part you should pay that kind of money. And keep your device and the softwares up to date. And we are talking about both the things. Your device should be updated, as well as your applications also should be updated. These two things should be updated at regular intervals. Otherwise, there are chances that it may lead to any kind of fraud. Be skeptical of high pressure tactics. As I told you, these people will try to create that this offer is valid only for next 2 hours, and you are already paid this 10,000 rupees. If you are not able to pay another 10,000 rupees, you may lose this 10,000 rupees kind of thing. So such kind of fraudulent communication, they will try to make it with the victim. So you have to be carefully respond such kind of situations, and report suspected scams or communication which is happening with the other people kind of thing, right? And educate yourself and others. So this is very, very important. As a teacher, as a parent, it is very, very important that you should aware, and at the same time your neighbors, your family members, your children, everyone should aware these some of these practices, at least some of these practices, and you should safeguard and follow these practices. Okay, so these phishing calls also happens, as I told you. So tech support and computer viruses also sometimes, without your knowledge. See, for example, you received a link, you clicked on the link. Are you sure? Like, you only opened the link, or along with the link something has downloaded, right? We never knew. So that is only the reason, like, we have to be very, very careful. And in recent times, the voice attachments also, it comes like, XYZ officer has sent this voice message, follow. So those voice messages are also too dangerous, to download and listen kind of thing. During that process, any spyware can be installed. And it may lead to again a data loss and financial loss. And gift cards, and always, you will be, and prize wins also, you will be getting a number of messages. Like today morning we also got a message like Tata is celebrating 104th 104th anniversary. So why someone will give you free gifts to you, right? So that thought process you should have before you click or before you submit any such kind of data. On top of all those things, you should not forward. You should break the chain there itself, and you should return back says that it is a false message. You should not forward, and you should not forward, and ensure the person who forwarded also should not forward for any other groups, right? And you also will get these gift cards kind of thing. So they will be sending, and you should scratch. So while scratching the card itself, something can be downloaded. So now the technology is too high, sophisticated technology. So with that link, anything can be downloaded, and it can be spied on your device. And any keylogger can be downloaded, software keyloggers, and it always will track. It always tracks what you are doing, right? Prize wins and all these the varieties of threats which can happen in the financial domain, right? So this is how the phishing happens. I think, as I told you, like, you will be getting the calls from the phishing can happen through voice calls. That is the phishing, right? So they may try to collect your data, and they may try to ask some critical and important aspects that should not be shared. You never ever share your OTP, ATM pin, and CVV with any of the people, with knowing people also, right? So smishing is another technique. So they will be sending some personalized messages. You will be getting this Rolex and Rodo watches by clicking the link you can provide, and all such kind of things. So they will be sending the personalized messages. So if I send some common message, no one will believe. If I say like, Simran ma'am, you have a special offer to get these to get this Rolex and Rodo watch at this cost. So that kind of personal messages they will try to send. And if at all if you are reacting such kind of messages, it may lead to some kind of issues. Okay, spoof text messages in the form of it looks like appear from an authenticated sources. Fraudsters may also send fraudulent malware infected links. So that is what I'm telling. If any link, it may have spyware, or this kind of malware, or Trojan horse. Any software can be downloaded, and it will always spy on, and it may lead to any of these kind of financial loss, and leak of misuse of personal identifiable information, malware attacks, account hacking, unauthorized access to the device, and spam messages kind of thing, right? So this is another way of possible ways in which the users ruled by the fraudsters commit financial frauds. So it is your primary responsibility to check like whether this has come from a from which source. So the number is showing very clearly. You have to see this number. Why someone will send, for example, CIET NCERT sends. So they will be having the domain name CIET NCERT. The message will come from CIET ET not from a mobile number. If at all if it is coming, then you should call them. You should find out like whether what is the legitimacy of these things before you share or before you provide any such kind of data. So that kind of things you have to see. So this is a recent case which has happened last week in Mumbai. I think most of the people might have been seeing that. So the doctor has ordered, some samosas kind of thing in an online platform. Uh, he ordered and the product has come, and somewhere he is not happy, and then he went to the website and he searched, the toll-free number in an open website, right? So when you are searching something in a open search in a search engines, you have to be ensured that the customer care number is belongs to that XYZ organization. So in this case, he got one toll-free number on the name of that particular shop, and he called the toll-free number, and some kind of transaction, interactions which happened, and they also said like, sorry for the inconvenience, and also, that kind of discussion. So he believed those people, and they sent a link, and he clicked on that link and he started providing that information, right? He gave you username and password. The fraudsters was also able to see that his username and password, and they also called because his number is already there, and they also called that, sir, to transfer that money back, we need one code. So that code came on your mobile number. If you can share that code, then immediately they said like they'll transfer the money. So this is how the modus operandi happens. So whenever, and they are stipend money of 1.4 lakhs within no time. Okay, later he realized that he lost that 1.4 lakhs and he is done. So the story or the message from this case is like, whenever you are searching something in an online in a online sources, so you ensure like you are searching in a right website, and what are the toll free number is there, you should go to the particular website and check that number is belongs to that XYZ organization, then only you should call. After calling also, if they are asking these details, and you should not provide. Why should you provide the details? Because they know that like what method of payment you done. So based on that method, you can ask them to revert the money to that particular account itself, instead of sharing the details. If at all if you are sharing any details, when these scamsters calls on your mobile number, there are always chances that it may lead to some kind of financial loss. In this case, he lost more than 1.4 lakhs. I think one more case is also happened in recently, that is the AI fraud. Okay, I will tell you. So like, to avoid that, like what are the security measures someone should follow? Avoid searching the contact numbers random on search engines. So you have to be very very careful whenever you are doing something, some search in search engines. You have to avoid searching the contact numbers. Be cautious of unsolicited calls, and exercise caution, verify the authenticity of the contact details, like what are the contact details you are having. So you have to ensure like they are authenticate. Be cautious of pressure tactics. If at all they try to create any pressure kind of thing, as I told you. So you have this offer, and if you pay, then only we will pay the remaining amount, and all such kind of things. So you have to be very very careful. Directly contact the trusted sources for customer support services, rather than relying on the search engines kind of thing. And stay informed about the latest scams and techniques, and educate yourself, and stay vigilant, and avoid providing and any kind of personal information, the what we have discussed in the earlier slides. And keep your device protected with the reliable security software, and ensure it is regularly updated. That is what like we have discussed, and you all should follow these safety and security measures, so that you can safeguard yourself. So this is another case which has happened in Kerala somewhere. So that guy was looted for 40,000 rupees for a AI deep fake fraud, right? They have used this photograph which is available in a public domain, and they got your phone number, and they also like say for example, you will be getting some kind of missed calls. They're like you will be saying like, you will be responding hello 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 hello, and the other side you may not get any message. So that time they will try to capture these audio, and by using the AI techniques, they will try to create the same voice, okay, and they will try to lure the customers. The caller's voice may be sound different than than you remember it. So those are the some warning signs. The caller may be asking the personal sensitive information. Definitely you should suspect. The caller may be requesting the financial help, and when you are requiring, refer to those kind of things also. The fraudsters gather the sufficient data about the target of individual, right? That fraudster will try to get all this information, like whatever it is available, and they will try to create a fake image with a fake voiceover, as I told you. And nowadays, too many tools are available to create these kind of things. So these are the modus operandi we were talking about. It is not that like you should work on all such kind of things. Like you should secure yourself from all these kind of things. So what the reason why we discussing is to to make you aware so that you can be careful, right? In one of the case, like what was happened is, so that voice was gone out of the thing, and her wife received a call. I wanted this credit card number immediately. I don't have that card number. And with the same voice, like her husband only, this voice also recorded and sent to the wife was called, and she shared all the data, right? The credit card number, expiry date, expiry CVV, and all that things. It is almost looks like her husband voice only. So he is also in an emergency situation, and she is also in an emergency situation, like where he was asking, send quickly, quickly, quickly. So these unwanted emergency will be created. So you have to be careful in handling such kind of things. Either it could be your,
Yes, and
spouse.
sir, here you are sharing certain important details with our viewers, and I would like to inform you that in the conversation we are left by the last 7 to 8 minutes. So I'll have to request you to conclude your words.
All right, no, thank you, so much. So it may lead to some kind of data loss, and it may lead to thing also, financial loss. So you have to be practice these safe practices. Install antivirus software, and ensure either your mobile or a laptop, desktop, you should have a good antivirus software so that you can secure yourself. And install anti-spyware and security software. Don't install any free and open free softwares kind of thing. And open source we can believe some extent, but if it is a paid version, then they will be having some commitment so that you also can secure your device. And install personal firewalls to protect your PC against unauthorized access by the hackers. So which is very, very important. On all your device, this feature is there. You can enable so that you can safeguard things, and update the operating system and the internet browser at regular intervals, so that like whenever you're doing any financial transactions on PC, so you can secure your things. And you have to create a strong password, and the strong password mechanisms you might be knowing, and avoid writing down your passwords and all. You should not disclose your security access codes with anyone, and the user should never leave PC unattended. Whenever you are working on PC, if you are going out of, ensure the system should be locked before you go out for any break. After accessing the online banking, ensure like you should log off. Never ever keep the website like that. But if at all, if you are keeping also, after a few minutes, that website will be logged out by automatically. But you should log out any website or anywhere like you are doing the transactions, so that you can secure your things. Okay. Use strong passwords. Sign back of your card, like whichever the card you are receiving, you should sign on that, and monitor your account regularly. Whenever you are doing any transaction, whenever you are having time, so try to monitor your account. Be careful with your card, and use always two-factor authentication, which is a additional factor of authentication which safeguards your account. And use secure website, as I told you, HTTPS, padlock, and all kind of things. And check your credit report. So whenever the civil core we used to say for various purposes, and report lost or stolen cards immediately. And important aspect is set limits. So you have to set your limits by visiting the website, in the settings, how much you want to do at ATM or POS, online, e-commerce, all those options are available. You should visit your website and set limits so that you can safeguard your hard-earned money, either in the form of credit card or debit card or online transactions. So these are the things from our side, so that you can, I hope you all will follow these security tips to safeguard your hard-earned money. And if by chance, if there are any issue happens, you should report at cybercrime.gov.in, and you should also complain at 1930, and you can report at cybercrime.gov.in kind of thing. Okay, so these are the reporting mechanism. And if anyone is interested, you can follow these handles. If at all, if you are there in any of these things, you can follow these handles every day. Like, we'll be releasing a lot of security material. So by using all that material, you can enhance your knowledge. And you should enhance your knowledge, and at the same time, you should create this awareness among your family members and students who are all with you, right? So you can follow any of these social media handles to safeguard yourself in things, along with the CIT NCRT website. So the NCIT NCRT also will be having a lot of awareness material, and CIT is regularly doing these kind of awareness sessions to create awareness, especially with the teachers, so that it is expected like teachers should go back and create this awareness among all these students kind of. All right. So thank you, and stay safe online, and have a safe online transactions at any point of time, right? And safeguard your hard-earned money. Thank you.
And thank you so much, sir, for sharing all these important details with our viewers. And I am pretty sure that all the viewers taking an important note of the strategies, the tricks, the tips that have been managed and discussed at length by you. Thank you so much, sir. And viewers, I am delighted to inform you that it was the first day of the online
Thank you
training
so much.
program running on online financial security. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about investment scams, loan applications and security at the same time. And we'll be joining by our another panelist as well. So viewers, let's take a quick glance at the website of CIET, so that we can get all the important information regarding this particular training session. For that, all you have to do is click on events, and the third last option says workshop/training. Now the home page has already been opened for you here. There are three kinds of activities for all of you: the current activity, the upcoming activity and the completed activity. Under current activity, just click on online training on online financial security. Now, once you will land on this page, all the important details about the 5 days online training program, they are lying there itself for all of you. We all know that in this digital age, the foundation for a thriving educational ecosystem lies in the National Education Policy of 2020, where cyber security emerges as a critical component. Now, we have to be very aware of cyber security and very safe from the cyber frauds or the different sorts of cyber threats, because it happens with people, it can happen with anyone. So it's important to be very careful. Now here it's the detailed schedule of the 5 days online training program that has been discussed with you in the beginning of the program about the different topics we are going to discuss. The objective of the training program is to describe financial security and its types, and also mitigate cyber security and financial fraud or financial risk happening. Then the robust data protection measures to be understood, and the various methods to protect the sensitive data. Understanding various techniques of safe online banking, implementing features such as alternative text, captions, and also comprehending the process of reporting and legal mechanisms. Now the best part is who all can participate. Now these are the details about the post session activity. So whether it's the students, the teachers, the parents, the administrators, you all can participate in the post session activity. Now here is the detailed program schedule with the day against the dates and the title of the program with the name of the resource persons. And just in case if you miss watching our live programs, you can watch the recordings by clicking here right on the video. And apart from that, you can also connect with us at NCRT official and watch the recordings of our live programs. So tomorrow, as you know, it's 1st of August, we'll be discussing on investment scams, loan applications and security. Then let's scroll a bit down and understand more about how you all can participate. This particular detail is meant for the post session activity, and that's a quiz. So the first step is to register yourself by clicking on the link that is available on your screens, or also by scanning the QR code, watching the live training programs and also participating in the post session activity. Then The important detail that has to be noted down here is you can participate in the post session quiz, and if you score over 70%, then you will be eligible to receive a certificate from CIET NCERT. The opening date of the quiz is the concluding date of our 5 days online training program, that is the 4th of August. The last day for this particular training program running on online financial security. Then the closing date would be 1st of September. So you will get around 25 days to attempt the quiz, and the participants are allowed to attempt the quiz only once, and scoring 70% or above, you can receive a certificate of participation through the registered mail ID within 30 days of taking the post session quiz. And any queries related to this, you may send it to us, or you can share it through the mail ID that's flashing on your screens. It is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in, or also feel free to connect with us or give us a call at 8800 440-559. And once again, thank you so much, Jagdish sir, for being a part of this conversation and laying a strong foundation of our online training program. Thank you to all the viewers for connecting with us, and before concluding this particular session, the important detail regarding the availability of NCERT textbooks is flashing on your screens. So, as you all know that NCERT textbooks for the academic year 2023 to 2024, they are available all across the country. You may purchase them from the different sales counters of NCERT located within the country, and you can also download the textbooks in the PDF version of the soft copy version, and apart from that, you can also place an order online for the textbooks. For any particular information regarding the availability of NCERT textbooks or authorized vendors, feel free to explore the website of NCERT, that is www.ncert.nic.in. Once again, thanking you for watching this particular live training program. Tomorrow also at the same time we will be back with the second day of our online training program, discussing on investment scams, loan applications and the security. Next up we have our special program of Sahyog for all of you. The topic that we are going to discuss is body shaming, the power of being yourself. So keep watching their channels and stay connected with NCERT Official. We will be right back within few minutes. Namaskar.